Hello, my name is Laurent. I'm excited to be back on Kickstarter for the next installment of my series, Sacrifice. In the first issue, we got to meet two of our main characters, Damien Blackwell, a man whose soul was tied to Lucifer, and May Lacey, a college student who finds herself in possession of a powerful spellbook. In the first issue, the two of them teamed up and were able to escape a demon-infested mansion together. Now, in this issue, we get to meet the rest of the main characters, like the Archangel Uriel, the vampire Elizabeth, and the famed demon slayer Axel Van Helsing. Some of you may be wondering how it is that a vampire and a vampire slayer like a Van Helsing are able to work together. Well, spoiler alert, they don't work together very well. There's a lot that goes in this issue involving character interactions and dialogue, and we really get into the meat of what the first arc will be, which the first arc of the series will cover 6 issues. This 32-page issue will have more action and more comedy than the first did. Thank you very much for giving me your time, and I hope I have your support.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone. And welcome to the evening roast. And what you just seen was the trailer for Sacrifice. And with us, we have its creator, Mr. Laurent.
How's it going?
Alrighty. And
we have El Gorgo in the chat with the eggplant, and we have Chris Fisk saying hello.
Hello, Mr. Fisk. I need to get you one again for Infinitales before it's over.
Yeah, I think now it's up to 6 days, 5 days.
Is that how many days are left? Yeah, I think it ends on like the 1st, I think.
What's up, Bill Ryder?
Yeah, Pale Rider's here. Hello, sir. Wasn't expecting to have you in the chat. All right. So, well, that trailer pretty much explained everything. So, streams. Bye, everybody.
Okay, we're done.
Take care. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my. Oh, so it's 32 pages. Now, I did get to, Laurent was nice enough to send me a little digital. That was of the first issue, correct?
Well,
correct.
Some people get privileged.
Yeah.
I get fancy
one too. I'm joking,
right? He doesn't deserve one. Don't give him one.
Oh!
It was an interesting read. I quite enjoyed it.
You did.
Let's see.
Phil, if you're listening, if you want him to read the lost page, send him a digital copy.
Hey, I'm reading like a book a day right now. I can't help it. I'm getting to it.
Okay, I'm done.
Dang on. So much sass today. Now,
hey, I'm just making sure you're awake.
Now, this Van Helsing character wasn't in the first issue.
No, so the way I'm trying to do it, which you'll see, for anyone who backs issue 2, is like there's multiple main characters and all of them like deserve time to shine. The first one from you read, you really get the main character Damien. I mean, he's in like every issue. This next one will be very centered around Axel, and then for each of like the main characters, like each issue after the next one is like, okay, I'm focusing on you. And they're all gonna be on there, but everyone's gonna get kind of like a showcase issue, and then it's just everyone's doing their thing.
Okay. All right. This is one of those worlds where like the supernatural is real, but they're all trying to keep themselves hidden from most of society.
Correct.
Sort of thing. Dang on those demons. Just eating people.
That's what demons do.
Let's see. Yeah. Is it going to this issue? Will it explain Mr. Helsing's origins, like how he came to be so proficient in slaying of demons?
Not explicitly. So there's dialogue that touches on it. The way I handle this is because the way I had the story built up, there's a lot going on in there. And I've never been a fan of like the type of books or series that like cram all the information down your throat. I'll give you what you need to know to understand things, and I'll sprinkle in a lot of stuff for world building. But you'll get to a lot of this stuff but I do at least touch on it a little bit in issue 2.
Okay.
But for him, the vampire Elizabeth, and even the Archangel, like each of them will get their time where their stuff is really explained for them.
So he's the new character getting introduced in issue 2.
Yeah, so the way issue 1 works, which if I know, I would have sent you the issue as well. But for issue 1, you see Damien have something for a business card, and it was Devil's Advocates is the name of it. And basically, anything supernatural, him and his team will solve. And in issue 2, you get to meet the majority. You get to meet basically all the team, which they showed in the intro, and you see them all in that same household there.
Okay. So, will you do like explanations on different things like the vampires, like maybe how the vampires came to exist in the world and things like that?
Yeah, so that gets explored a bit. Like I have the series planned out. When we go more into Dracula as a villain, we do get more about like, okay, origins of vampires. Like I said, like everything gets explained, not front loaded, because there's a lot I need to get to that's more relevant for like what this arc is going to be. Because issue 2 introduced you to the world, or no, sorry, issue 1 introduced you to the world. Issue 2 will introduce you to what the plot of arc 1 will be, which the first arc will be 6 issues.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen. Now, can I share something from that digital you shared me?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me see if I can here. Let me see if I can figure out how to do it. Where is it? This one? I guess. Yeah, I think that's how I share it. Uh-oh. What happened?
Do?
The whole thing just froze up. Now it's not responding.
And then the stream's taken down.
Oh no, what did I do? I might have broke it.
You're way too young to be a boomer, buddy.
Well, all I did was hit the share button. Now everything's froze. And it's just saying not responding.
As you can notice, Laurent, the word roast is not wasted on our title.
I thought it was, coffee relaxed. And it's like, oh, it's gonna be targeted.
Well, at least the stream's still going.
It's a word game. Means both.
I'm curious to see what it is you want to show off. I was like, oh, I didn't know. We show anything for issue 1, but I'm curious.
I can't.
And now he's making us wait.
I can't do it on purpose. It's just sitting here. It's so that little blue.
So unprofessional.
You could paint the picture with words, let everyone know what it was.
I was gonna share the archangels here.
Oh, okay.
But I can't even get it to cancel. Oh no! Now the screens went white. Oh no!
At least it didn't go blue. You're good.
How do I get?
You're not getting the blue screen of death.
It just says not responding. I might end up being kicked out of StreamYard here.
Johnny Cage says, "What a tease, Chris."
Hold on.
I know.
I might have to end task on my thing here, and then come back in. I guess. Yeah, I can't even get Google. There it goes. Oh no! I think I'm going to get kicked out.
Yep.
He's about to leave.
Yep, he's frozen. So, Johnny Cage was also adding to his comment like, demons are eating people? Well, you want the demon to starve to death, Chris? Rude.
I don't want to spoil it, but I have some complexities with how the demons work in here, which we do get in issue 2. It's actually explained on like one page before the first of the second set of preview images.
Get out of here.
There's 2 of them. There we go.
Yeah, other clone me can just hide out in the background there.
One Chris is enough. There's a thing about too much sugar, right?
You want the demons to starve to death? Well, That's we got to preserve their natural diet, I guess. All right, let me try this again. All right.
Don't click too fast.
Oh, wait, now it's not there. What? Now I can't share it. What is going on? I go to where it's at. What? What is going on? Yeah, it's
What
this
are
one.
What are you trying to
Did
do?
it work?
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, finally. All right, yeah.
Hey, Chris,
That's-
Did you already buy? No, be in the book tier. Kind of looks like you there.
That was. Look at this guy.
Kind of
Look at
looks
his
like you.
hair.
I know.
It's so perfectly done. he's like, I look at my hair. It's
And if
majestic.
you look at the panel under it, it looks even more like you.
He's like, yeah, so perfectly. He probably has somebody doing his hair perfectly.
Well, now you have to back the book. You're in it.
But yeah, I wanted to show off the angels here a little bit, and I just wanted to point out how perfectly done this man's hair is.
So that's gonna inflate an ego because that's actually based off of one of my best friends who was really helping me support the series. I was like, all right, man, like I really appreciate
Really?
you.
So
Yeah.
you have your own Chris.
So his name is Paul, but yes,
that man.
We all have our own Chris.
I let him know you think his hair is fantastic.
I am interested in something that they say in this book, the angels.
I think I know what the line's gonna be, but we'll see.
Yeah, should I make ask you about it?
You're more than welcome, but the answer won't be what you want.
Well, they say something about like God is dead or something.
Yes, they do. So the series, we've seen a lot of the action. The series is a horror comedy, and I plan to reveal the whole like death of God thing, like actually go into it versus like the kind of, there's a line there so you understand it, and there's a point we go into it, but I have a gag around that, so I can't really say anything about it because, like I said, it's
Okay.
for the comedic thing, so I can't go too much into it.
All right, you don't want to, spoilers the whole thing. Okay, let's see. What is Johnny Cage saying? He says, "No, I don't have my own Chris. It is you that has your own Paul." That's right. Let's see. Well, I applaud Paul. He's clearly a handsome man. Like us Chris's. Bigfoot. Will we see Bigfoot?
We see Bigfoot, and we'll eventually learn his name. That's another one of like the really dumb gags. Because when I was writing this scene, the purpose of it was to be, okay, you see the first scene, so you're aware the demons are there, and the very next thing you see when people are talking about monsters, there's a line about like, oh, first off, no one's scared of monsters unless they're a kid, which lets you know, okay, that's not really a well-known thing. And when I was like, okay, what can I do there? What type of movie title? Because I was going to go into a conversation about movies. And I was like, what's the dumbest thing I could think of? And I was like, Bigfoot's so dumb. I love him. So I was like, okay, let me make a horror movie thing based off of Bigfoot. And that led into the joke that you see later about like, okay, there's a Bigfoot joke later in. And that kind of spiraled when I was thinking, I was like, oh, I can do a lot of really stupid stuff with this. Because my philosophy when it comes to comedy is like, is it dumb? Okay, let me see if I can make it dumber. And it's worked so far for me. And I've told people how I'm going to reveal Bigfoot's name and when we see him. And I've never like not gotten a laugh from my explanation. So I was like, okay, solid. I'm going to stick with that.
Okay. I'll stop sharing this.
So
I don't want to share.
Amanda B is in the chat, so hi, Amanda B.
Hey.
And she's asking, is number 2 out? This is the campaign for 1 and 2, so the answer is yes. And she also added, actually read this and I enjoyed it.
Oh, okay. Didn't know
she-
you
she-
read here for.
So
Thank
she
you.
got number 1, I guess.
Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here?
So
Wait, what happened to
where
this
did everything
page?
go?
Just refresh. It does that sometimes.
To go into issue 2 specifically, this is the campaign for it. Is it out? Not at the moment. The art finished. Let's see, we finished with the coloring 2 days ago. The letterer starts work tomorrow, so the book should be completely done within 2 weeks. Because it typically takes
Okay.
like a week and some change, including some edits. So 2 weeks from today, around that point in time, the book will be completely done, so that when the campaign is over, I can just send it out like right that, like
Okay.
immediately send it for digital. And then I need to find a new printing company because there was an issue with my last one. And once I get those physical issues, I'll be sending those out as well.
Awesome. So folks won't have to be waiting for very long then.
No, because I had a problem with my first one, which I'm not going to do that again. Was I've always liked the idea of having rewards that like tied in the campaign so you can feel more involved. So it's like, hey, I had certain tiers where it's like get yourself put in as like an angel. So that's why how some of the angels you see there were backers. Design your own demon, like had a lot of stuff like that because I thought that was really cool. What I didn't understand is how that would mess with production.
Yep.
So okay, I had all the pages done except the backer pages. Then I was like, I need to give people a fair amount of time to get me their information.
Yeah.
So I had
Yep.
2 weeks after that, and after that there was just a couple delays on a couple parts, and there was a printing paper shortage, and like issue 1 was supposed to have been done and sent out like somewhere early September, and it didn't end up being sent out till like first week of October.
Okay.
Like, wow, this is terrible. So now what I'm doing is I'm keeping those separate rewards, but they'll all be going to the next issue. So I have some higher tier rewards where it's like, hey, design a demon, have your demon on the cover of issue 3, or on a cover, but it won't apply to this issue because that would stop production. And I want to be at a point like I'm now where when the campaign's I can send it out. So when the next issue is coming out, it will be on that one.
So Amanda has another question. She's saying, so you can only buy 1 and 2, or can you just buy number 2?
You can just get number 2.
And she
You
also
don't,
adds, although damn Kickstarter.
I put the campaign. I put the titles 1 and 2 because it's like I didn't want to run into the problem where someone like sees 2 and is like, oh well, if it's just 2, I can't read 1. I'm not really too interested. Because if someone just thinks about it real quick, they might not like realize that. So the majority of the rewards, if you want them, like just have 2. And I left 1 on is an add-on to. There's some higher tier rewards that come with literally everything, like all 3 covers for issue 2 as well as issue 1.
And you're only gonna be doing that on Kickstarter. You're not gonna bring it to Indiegogo after, like in demand or something. I'm asking for the people that don't really like Kickstarter, just in case.
I had been given some ideas about like going to Indiegogo for like a Indiegogo exclusive cover, and I'm playing around with the idea of that. It's just right now, like life has me swamped. So I was like, okay.
But you also have the option of Kickstarter allows you to send it to the Indiegogo in demand, so the Indiegogo people can come in after.
I didn't know anything about. I mean, that's something I need to look into because
that's why I'm letting you know. Check into it.
Okay. Yeah, I heard about that because the main reason I'm on Kickstarter was just because it was the one I was most familiar with. Like it wasn't like I love Kickstarter or I hate Indiegogo because like I've backed like maybe 2 or 3 things on Indiegogo, but I was just more familiar because most of the campaigns for comics that I saw typically either on like some type of ad somewhere or typically were on Kickstarter, so I was just familiar with it. So I was like, all right, let me go there. And I found out a bit more about Indiegogo later, but I was like, I'll look into that when I have more time. I'm not opposed to anything. I just didn't really know about it.
I don't know. You just have it like you have people that are only Kickstarter and some people that are only Indiegogo. So that's why I'm asking. Like, some people might go, okay, it's only going to be there. I'll go there. Or if it's going to go in demand on Indiegogo, they'll go, I'll wait.
At the moment, there's no plans, but I'm not like opposed to doing it in the future. But if someone's like, hey, I'll wait for the Indiegogo one, like I honestly couldn't say when that would be. So
okay, yeah. So it looks like you're the physical demon. Pledge $10 or more, and you can get the physical copy of issue 2.
Yep.
Now these demons, obviously, they come in a variety of shapes and sizes. Is their origins just bad humans?
Kind of. It's something I'm still like ironing out the specifics of because like their origins, because there's a wide variety. I had more fun designing them with the artist than anything else. But as far as like the specifics of them, like a lot of them are like just hell spawns like born there, and there are some that like people who become them, which kind of goes a little bit into some of the Dracula thing, but I won't go too much into that.
Okay.
So there's no like one clear cut answer.
Kneecapped him. Van Helsing don't play fair. It's like, yeah, you thought you're getting an epic battle. You get kneecapped.
I'm really excited for like this issue and especially 3, because 3 we're gonna start working on in 2 weeks. The artist is taking a short break, and in 2 weeks he's gonna start working on issue 3. But I've had people test read the script, so it's like, okay, there's certain scenes like I want to make sure I nail what I'm gonna nail, and I have some people look over it. Every issue there's a different favorite character. Issue 1, everyone's like, Damien's my favorite character. Axel is the unanimous favorite from issue 2. And then there's a different favorite in issue 3. So I was like, all right, I'm nailing all my beats. Everyone's likable to some extent. I hadn't heard anyone who's like, oh, I don't really care for this character. So I'm like, all right,
So
sweet, good things ahead.
So you're the writer. I was gonna say, so you're the writer, and who's the artist?
The artist is a man named Yu-J Chen from Taiwan.
So it's made in Taiwan.
Yes. Yeah. I can't even.
I'm sorry.
fight that.
We used to hear that so often before. It's kind of like.
No, you're not wrong. I can't dispute that.
Let's see.
Oh, we have Mo Blaze that also joined the
Oh,
chat.
hey, Mo. Did the red dress variant Oh, there is no red dress variant cover, Mo. Can't find it. Gosh dang.
No, but we already found Chris in the book, but one Chris, a type of Chris called Paul. He's a Chris kin. You recognize them by the nose and the forehead.
So
And don't
when you
forget
were
the
reading,
hair.
when you were reading issue 1, did that stand out to you as like, oh wait, is this me, or like what were your thoughts on seeing this?
It did kind of occur. Like I was like, hey, that kind of looks like me. The funny part is I buy a lot of drawn in tears. So I was like, wait. I was like, no, I haven't backed this. This is Kickstarter. I was like, what is this? I was like, man, he has nice hair.
And Gargle just said something that, I don't know if we should read. Taiwan is a country.
That's right. Taiwan is a country. Yep. Yes.
China's not going to be happy to hear that.
Well, there went our channel. All right.
China's not happy about a lot of things.
But yeah, bro. We're looking at Sacrifice, issue 1 and 2. I got to read the first issue there in the digital, and it was pretty nifty. I quite enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I'm eager to learn more about this spell book that she has.
So we get actually, yeah, okay. So there is dialogue on it. I was trying to think of like, oh, is that would it be a spoiler? Where I think it's the page after that one, or maybe 2 pages after the one you're seeing there, where there's a discussion and they mention, okay, we're split up into 2 groups. One of the groups is finding out, hey, these dudes that have all these demons with them are kidnapping people. We need to find out what's going on with that. And the other person is going to be taking May to meet this person, the character named the Broker. Issue 2 is about Damien and Axel, who are going, which because you already see like some of the art for it. It's about the 2 of them who go to the base and find out what happens, which is what really kickstarts arc 1. Issue 3, when we get into that, that's where you really get into okay, now we're going to meet the Broker. We're going to find out more about the spell book.
Okay. So I'd have to wait another issue.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because I want to learn more about the other worlds too. That's not other worlds. What am I saying? The other aspects of the story.
Well, other worlds isn't wrong. That was mentioned there.
That's the next comment. That's funny.
Mo just lost 400,000 century. Oh.
And and me, it might be actually true since I'm in Canada.
Keep it up, Mo. You're gonna be living in the gutter. Let's see. We got some praise for the book. I see.
Yeah, I sent it out to like a few review sites. I've gotten two. I only put up the one so far. I actually never made the time to put the second one, so I'll probably have to do that sometime after this or after my homework is done. That's the
Okay.
next step for me tonight.
Is it available internationally?
The first one was not because it was something I was not used to. This issue will be,
Okay.
or this campaign and campaigns forward will be, because I didn't want to like get too over my head when it was like, this is the first comic I've made. So I was like, okay, I want to make sure that I get the process down at least in country before going international, because I want to, like, the worst case scenario for me, I didn't want to run into was having someone who was from another country back at me, not knowing what I'm really doing yet, and they have a bad experience getting the book. Because that's the most important thing of all of it. They get it comfortably, and they're like, okay, you know, I got this. There was no headaches. I enjoy this, and that's what I want.
And of course, there is the digitals available for folks if they shipping is too much or something.
Which I'm aware for a lot of people it will be for international, because I don't know what's going on at the post office, but prices for shipping out of the country are just outrageous right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think they found out that way too many small businesses kept making money. Throwing
Can't
all
have
of
that.
like, we want a part of this.
Look at the hell's going on. No, you won't.
You know what's the
Oh,
worst thing
oh.
though? The worst part is they charge you more, but they offer less services, and you have to prep your own everything. Like, you can't just go with your address and go, okay, let's prep this, and they prep your stickers. No, you have to do your own stickers before you show up there. And you're like, but why are you charging me more and I have to do more and you do less? Makes no fucking sense. It's like,
it's
hey,
ridiculous.
I'm selling you a chocolate bar. It's twice the price, but you're only getting half the chocolate bar.
It's outrageous.
And we got 3 covers for this campaign.
We do. The first one I did 2, and then when I put out a little survey thing, like, hey, what do you like? Most people are like, more covers. It's like, okay, I'll do 3, and if I hear more covers again, I guess I'll do 4, and I'll see what like the happy medium is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, folks probably just like that, choice, I guess. The homage cover.
Which I wish things were a little bit further along. Like I mentioned, there was a lot of delays that stopped it. So the lettering is going to be done, like I mentioned, he's starting tomorrow. This page will be updated as soon as lettering is done, because I want people to see what the actual lettered, because I have like all those like specialized fonts and speech bubbles that they have for the Punisher one, just kind of edited to fit this issue and Axel as a character. So it's like, I want people to see that, because I know it'll look neat. Like I trust my letter a lot, but I can't show it because it's not done yet.
Okay. And cover C.
No, that's a cool cover.
So that one, I want to try and get into the habit of. It'll probably be like all the variants outside of cover A from now on. But I wanted to get in the habit of every issue having like a guest artist. And there's a series I like from Scout Comics called "By the Horns," and I found out their artist was available to do cover. I was like, okay, I mean, I worked out with him, and he gave me a couple ideas. I was like, this is fantastic. I kind of gave him like a baseline of what I was looking for, and he knocked it out of the park, in my opinion.
Let's see. And then let's see what Cell Gargoyle say. It says, "Let's go, Brandon." Hashtag Brandon's life.
Yeah, that's why I laughed.
Okay. That's a bit random, but all right. So we got the digitals.
It's in context with what Big said before, losing social credit.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, we missed out on the early bird.
Ooh.
That would have been a good price, like $5.
Yeah.
Hang on. The digital catch up.
And quick question: the book's like $8-10. How much do you charge for shipping to Canada? Example. Curious.
I need to double check it because someone told me before with the shipping like it was like 20, so I said as a base. I'm gonna double check the website because at first it was like, hey, 25 is for most out of country, but it's a little bit cheaper Canada. And 25 tends to be like what the average is for the countries I looked at, like 25 to 25.50.
But
I
it
need to
depends.
double check Canada.
It depends of the weight and what you're shipping. If it's like like a floppy and you put it in a like a cardboard envelope, it will be cheaper than if you put it in a Gemini mailer. Because that's
So Gemini Mailer is what I use mainly because like I've had comics like arrive and they got beat up and I was like, oh, this is really unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
And Gemini Mailer, like when I've gotten things with those, like I'm like, this I feel happier about this purchase or this decision because it's the extra step of like, yeah, it's a little bit more expensive, but
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna get the thing I paid for in a good condition.
But the good thing is you can charge technically the same price for 1 or 2 issues.
Right.
Because it's 2 floppies, right? So
Mhm.
so if somebody wants to get 1 and 2, you still pay just 1 shipping.
Right.
It's one of the things a lot of people are doing for international. They're giving them like a type of 2-for-1, not 2-for-1, but a dual pack with a little discount.
Yeah, I've had a few of them come in that weren't mailers and like the corners got damaged or something. It's unfortunate when that happens.
Yeah, I've had that for a few, and I was like, this is unfortunate, but I try not to put myself in a position. Like I've had someone request like, hey, he was in Sweden. He's like, the shipping price is a little bit much. Can we do like just sending a little floppy? And like I went to the post, he's like, let me know what the price is, and we'll work something out. And I found out there was like $16. I was like, I messaged him. I was like, hey, I mean, it's still way more than it should be, but what it's priced right now is it's $9 difference between getting it in like the mailer where it's like, okay, it will arrive in good condition, and then the floppy where it's like, pray to any god to listen, to hope that your thing gets there. Like it's up to you what you want to do. If you want to go that route, then we'll work something out. But for me, it's like if it's an extra $9, I'd rather make sure my stuff came guaranteed in good condition. But like I said, that's just me. Some people are more willing to roll the dice.
Right. Let's see. Oh, Felix. Felix is with us. Say hello,
What's up,
chat.
Felix?
Hello. I know Garl says, and the reason international shipping is so expensive. Okay. There we go. Physical catch up to get both of them for those new folks.
Yeah, and come on, there's no freaking reason the shipping should be that expensive between U.S. and Canada. That gets me pissed off every fucking time. Like, if you remember anything before 9/11, we could just cross the border.
It was pretty simple.
And it was just an extra stamp to send something to you. If I wanted to go move to Chris, I could just buy a house and go. Like, why? It's not like there's a freaking ocean between us. Okay, I vented. Sorry.
You're in the right for that. I don't get it myself. I mean, I don't make the rules. I just, I make a book and certain people happen to like it, and I just follow everything I have to do to get that out. And unfortunately, it ends up paying an arm and a leg to ship something out. Because I know that like there's certain people from other countries who would want it back for physical, because I'd prefer physical. But it's like, okay, when you see that shipping price.
But that's why when I came in, I did a lot of research and stuff, and that's how I figured out that if you start yourself a business account and you register yourself with UPS or per letter here, you can have a business account and you have 40% off international shipping, and that's when you start doing bulk shipment. So me and one of my friend Beacon, I'm in Canada, he's in the US. We do a bulk shipment, so I send him one shipment of like 4 boxes maximum. That's the max you can put, 4 boxes. And I send him everything there from my US. He remails it, so I can reduce the 25 to like 15, 17.
Okay.
That's how I've been doing it. And I get some international cheaper than him.
Oh. Is it just because of how the post works there, or
Canada is part of the Commonwealth.
Okay, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. It's stuff that I found out when they closed all the borders, like in the first COVID lockdown, and
Mhm.
I was right there in fulfillment of my one of my campaign of Blood Hunt, and I'm like, I need to find a way to be able to ship my shit.
Right.
So that's how I found out that like like personal mail was all closed and stuff like that. But if you had a business account and it was business related and you did a bulk shipment, I could get my shit there in 2 days instead of 2 months.
Okay. Sweet deal. Or it sounds pretty sweet, cheaper and way faster.
And all you need is to register yourself a number of business accounts, $35-$50 max, I think. And then you just open yourself a business account. It's free with UPS.
And not to go off to an aside here, but what did I just say? I just seen Mr. Dan Plagle's Goblin Girl is been fully funded. So congratulations to him.
Yep.
All right, and then let's see, we got the full physical demon, all physical issues number 2. Complete catch up. Okay, so that's just all the variants and then just one copy of issue 1.
Right.
Okay. No, let me think. I remember you said, didn't you say that issue 1 had variant covers?
It did. It did something different where I was like, okay, I like the idea also of like limited covers where it's like, okay, they're only printed for this one, and I did it for that one, and then after that, I was like, I don't think I would like do this again. I'd like to like leave the other covers as options because that one I like literally only made 100, and that's all there were.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I can't really offer that up on this campaign too because like based on how many were remaining from that? I think I had like 20 something maybe left. But I have like I'm going to the comic stores near me and selling stuff too. So I was selling them there. And I was like, okay, I'm not going back on my word about only printing a certain number for that campaign. So for issue 1, there'll be just that one cover. And then if I do the Indiegogo thing I mentioned before, where it's like I'll do a variant cover, then I might do something there too. But that's in the future, and I haven't planned out or really thought about that too much. Just kind of have the idea floating around.
And this part interests me. Design a demon.
Mhm.
So is there going to be is there limitations to the demon design?
Yeah, so it's like nothing like Copper. Like if you come with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from like Ghostbusters, I'm like no. Like it has to be something that isn't like this is very clearly this. Like you'll work with me if we look at the actual like reward description. It'll be working with me in my art. So like okay, I'll talk to you. You give me your base thing. If I have any questions, I'll ask about it. If there's any like little adjustments, like hey, I can't do this for this or this reason. Then we'll talk it out. And that happened with one person in the first campaign, but they were perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not gonna be like just whatever you give me. Like you'll work with me. And the way I have the demon set up from what you saw in issue 1 and even here is you don't really see the same thing more than once. Like it's all over the place. I kind of make it really free for what the demon designs can even look like in here. So I had 5 people back that tier and only one person was like, I can't do this. And same thing I mentioned with the book fit thing is because what they wanted to do was going to be tied to a dumb joke I'm going to make later. I was like, if I do this here, it'll kind of like I won't be able to do that. And that's kind of like a really funny moment. Another one was like I told people and they all thought it was funny when I said I was going to do it. So I was like, can't get rid of that. And he's like, that's fine. I like that you had that concept. I wanted it in the book. I didn't know if it was going to be there, but now that I know it's there, we're good.
Okay. Yeah. You've definitely, based on the what I've seen in the PDF, there's all kinds of different shapes and sizes there. It leaves it open for people to just put all kinds of their imagination into it. Let's see. Mr. Fish says the Cenobite-esque designs of these demons are off the hook. And he says, giant eggplant demon.
I got a lot of different things. In the issue 1, the giant spider that you'd see. If you want to show it here, you can. But one of the first things I heard of it was like a giant vagina demon. I was like, I guess I can't dispute that because like, and it's not meant to be that. And even an interview I did before with like the one like scorpion thing, someone called like a penis scorpion demon. I was like, listen, none of this is meant to be phallic. If it looks like that, that's not on me. That's your imagination. But it gets all over the place.
What's going on with these subconsciouses?
I don't know.
Vagina demon. Like, whoa. And then I seen this. I actually had I think it was like either right before or right after before I seen this, had actually messaged on Kickstarter the territory people about maybe coming on sometime.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was kind of neat that you're doing a crossover.
Yeah, so it was really weird how we even really started talking, because not started talking, but like how it progressed. Because I had my first campaign out, and I was like, okay, doing the whole Kickstarter shout out, like, hey, you shot my campaign, I'll do yours. And 'cause I really like kaiju books, and I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm really interested. So I started talking with them, and they were like, wait a minute. At some point, we realized like we have the same colorist doing both of our books, and it's like, oh, it's a small world, even though we're both in America, and he's in the Philippines. And he's in the Philippines, so I was like, okay. And when it got to this, I saw someone else who did like a cross promotional cover, but their campaign itself was like both their series in one like campaign. And this one I was like, okay, I'm doing my own thing. But like I talked to him a bit, like, and we were both really big fans of like classic kaiju movies, like Godzilla. Like I love classic Godzilla movies. And we talked, we came up with colors, with the ideas for what we're gonna do. And I mentioned Sacrifice is my first like comic. I did a web comic a few years ago, and the artist for this was actually the first artist I'd ever worked with. And she actually has a book up right now called Crown and Anchor. So just a lot of people I've had history with like kind of came together to do this like mock movie poster.
Yeah, that's something I was just saying the other day to Rob when we had him on the show, was about how like it's kind of like he had a bunch of people working with him on his campaign, and it was all people we'd had in the past on the show, and it's like man, it's amazing how it's almost like a little small world here. Everybody's all connected. Mr. Fist says Freud would have a field day with these demon designs. Oh, we got Horror Radio. He says, hey, Sam, actually showed up this time. He says, what's up, yo?
I'm usually here, except, sometimes.
We got Laurent there. There's Chen. There's the colors.
And by the way, just a little insert here. People in the chat. All the books, all the Tales from the Netverse for the US are at Beacon right now, and it's getting remailed, so you're going to get them within the next week.
Let's see, we're at 76 baggers, so you're almost to your goal. And you still got how many? Oh, you still got plenty of time.
I'm not super worried about making the goal. It's like getting past it that I wanted, because the goal is to handle like printing and shipping and all that. Everything I made past that was going to funding issue 3, because like for me making it's like out of pocket. So like okay, I try to incentivize certain things to stretch goals. The print one I especially want to get to, because like I have like a couple fun ideas where I'm like, okay, here's what I want to do for the print. But like I said, like all right, I was hoping to make a decent amount. So it's like okay, let's just say I get like another like 3K, all above my goals. Like okay, all that 3K goes into book 3, which book 3 I already have planned. Like it'll be probably late February, early March, because I'm like completely skipping the holidays. I don't even want to bother thinking about them for launching another campaign. So like everything has like a pipeline and is coming along smoothly. Just hoping to have to come out of pocket less for it, and hoping the campaign will do well enough where I don't really need to worry about it myself, and be like, all right, the books literally fund themselves. Makes it easier to keep up a consistent pace.
Let's see. Fist says, "Do you see what Sim just posted on Twitter? What are you doing, Sim? What are you posting?"
I just posted this to promote my my Patreon. So I just shared the first page of the Mona.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's not impressed because he's seen it before. This
Is
is
this from your
page
book?
one. It's from a it's I'm trying something different. Like everybody was telling me I should be on Patreon, and I didn't find I didn't have any idea of what to do interesting there until I decided to try to do like a 20-page comic book as a web comic for my Patreon's exclusive type of thing. And this is the first page of it. It's called Demona.
Okay.
Here's the covers. That's Demona, and that's her in her demon form.
And it's a Patreon book?
Yep, I put it there on Patreon, and the idea is that I'm trying it to see how it goes. And the plan is at the end of the book, I send the Patreons that have been on it a digital copy of it and a discount for the full book on Indiegogo because I'm planning to have a 60-page book.
Oh, okay.
And that's bringing back my first comic I did in 2009, which is bringing back the Wolf Dragon. But on Indiegogo right now, I've done Blood Hunt, and the one I'm fulfilling right now, it's Tales from the Adverse, which is like a sci-fi anthology, but it's all in the same universe, and it's building one universe that leads to one book called Nat the Merc. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, you have links to this on your page?
Yep.
Okay, I'll check that out after the show.
And right now, the campaign for Tales from the Adverse is closed because I'm international, so there's no point of leaving an Indiegogo in demand for too long because there's extra fees internationally. So right now I'm fulfilling, and I'm going to reopen a second chance campaign with some variant covers.
Good.
All right, let's see.
Now back to
El
you.
Gorgo says, "Rock and Stone."
Hell yeah. I'm probably going to be playing tonight. By the way, dude, 3 stars, motherfucker.
Yeah.
3 stars. 3 promotions.
You've been on that grind, Sim. Right.
I don't play often, but when I play hard.
We got some stretch goals here for Sacrifice. Now, what's this? Indie Comics Bundle. This one interests me.
So there's a couple people I'm still working with where it's like, okay, I'll give you I'll let you send out for a reward the first issue of your series or of my series, and we kind of working something out. I have one creator who's for sure was yeah, no, we can definitely do it. I have a couple who are maybe still on the fence about it, but I have another person who I haven't asked it where I'm almost positive she'd be willing to help me out with it. But it's literally just other issue ones for other series for people who who I know, and I'm gonna return the favor for them later.
Let's see. We got behind the scenes content for if you reach 3,500. Let's see. Makes it public. Okay. So how are you gonna make it public? Just like a PDF that you're sending all backers?
So it'll be in an update, a public, an update that anyone can see versus a backers only update.
Okay.
And it'll literally be an audio file I send out through I'll record it on Audacity or something, and just script it. I'll probably, when we reach that goal, I'll probably put a little survey thing out for people to comment on, just being saying hey, what type of things would you like to know most? And I won't go in anything spoiler, but I'll answer questions that might be you mentioned thing okay, we see that God is dead. Do we get to learn more about that? Hey, what's Bigfoot's name? Or is what's Bigfoot's stuff like that? Where it's I won't go super in depth, but I'll always touch on it and be there are plans for these things. You want to know what arc? Because the arcs are numbered. I know how far I want to be able to go. I don't know how far I will go. It really depends on how successful the series is. But at the very least, I could be okay, I know what arc this would be addressed in.
Okay. Let's see.
And Bill Ryder is asking, is the red dress variant in the stretch goals?
Is there what?
No, I'll answer it for him. No, it's not. There is no red dress variant in his stretch goals. It does not exist.
And by the
But
way,
it
people
can. What is this red dress?
don't forget to sub, like, and share.
We got 44,500 a backer voted print. Oh, that's neat.
No,
So-
don't worry, Lauren. If somebody backs during the stream, he's gonna have to tell you the story behind the red dress story. And don't worry, it's just a funny story.
Okay. For the
It's nothing too weird.
Okay. So for the print, I had a couple ideas where it's like, okay, this should be fun for a little print, but like I'm not gonna make like 5 different prints. When I might do a little bit more with that when the series gets to like further issues and like picks up a lot more. But for now, it's like, okay, I'll leave it to a vote. So when we hit that point, I'll be like, hey, here are the 3 or 4 ideas that like I honed in on that I can do for a print, and whichever one's like voted the most, I'll hit up my artist and like, okay, we're working on issue 3. We'll probably pause just for that specific one and be like, okay, here's the print I need to make. Just pump it out. We keep going back to issue 3, and then I'd be sending it out around the same time that the physical issues came out, or with them, I should say. I don't know why I said around the same time.
Okay. Let's scroll up here. Yeah, that demon design's pretty neat. I think that's a cool idea.
Oh, the tier.
Yeah, being able to letting someone be able to design like a demon and stuff. I think that's kind of cool.
Just make sure you have a nice contract that makes it clear.
Mhm.
It happened with some problems that if they create their own thing, you have to make sure that you have that little contract that it's yours, it's part of it,
Okay.
so you don't get in legal issues.
Legal.
Just yeah.
Okay. I need to because the way I had it in the first one is like, hey, like this is a lot of the whole subject to change like for my series. I probably should have thought more into that, like you said there, and actually have a contract written.
Yeah, it's just a little disclaimer. I don't know, like by doing this and that the character belongs to me.
Right.
Or if you just use it for this issue, you precise that it's only for this, and that's it.
Mhm.
There will be reprints, and that's where you don't want issues.
Right. No, I get you.
Let's see.
Sorry, it's just a little legal shit.
No, I mean it's very important information that somehow has never crossed my mind. So like I mentioned, I've not this specifically, but I've done stuff like this before. Like a game I backed before. It's like, hey, you can design one of your own, like random enemies that's like running around or whatever.
I was lucky that when I was in school, university for 3D animation, the principal, the one in charge, was actually a copyright lawyer.
Oh, okay. So he or she is the one who
She gave us a nice little rundown. Like she had like an entire meeting with all the students explaining us how copyrights works.
Okay, let's see. Mr. Fist says we need a sugar rush for Chris to divulge the red dress lore.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm not doing it voluntarily. God.
The only part you get for free though is don't forget to sub, like, and share. We get to 500. You get the chance to win an original art by yours truly. And if we reach 1,000, Chris joins the Louisiana Red Dress Run.
Elgar says help Chris find a nice Mexican husband.
I feel like there's a lot of backstory in this. Is like, man, I need to find out more about this.
You really don't. You really don't. Oh, why did I ever tell that story online?
Because you thought it was funny.
Yeah, no, well, everybody else does too. Let's see. Oh, nope, good. I don't have to worry about telling anything.
And you're probably going to wait till the end of the show.
Well, the nice thing the other day, the Sunday morning when that I did there, Sim.
That I missed.
Uh,
Yep.
yeah, the nice one about that was people apparently didn't back. Like he got a big bump after the stream. So not only did we get a sugar rush, but I didn't have to tell anybody the Rangers store. It worked out great. Uh, let's see. Power says Chris hanging out at different Walmarts in the state. What? No, God. What?
He ain't going at Pale Rider.
Weird stuff. You're welcome for your red dress game, Chris. I'm not. Not thanking you for anything. You're an instigator. Are we gonna learn how Mr. Van Helsing got to his scar?
Yeah, there's a little flashback thing where we go into his history, like kind of early, like when he started. Like I said, it's going to be a bit later because his origin isn't really too. That's what I want to use. It's not too related to what's in this arc. I wanted to keep stuff like fairly contained. Like, hey, here's what's going on here. Here's what you do need to know. And I sprinkled in some backstory, like, okay, a bit more about the relationship between him and the vampire that are there. Not too much, but there's stuff that's sprinkled there and it gets expounded upon, but like enough where you're like, okay, so there's some deal in here. It's touched on. We'll learn more about it because it has come up. But at least I know it's something that's going to be like, hey, there's something behind this.
And I got another question. We see him use the gun, obviously. So does he use other like gadgets and such? Because since he's only human, I would assume he needs something to give him kind of an advantage against these crazy looking demons.
Yeah, so he uses a variety of weapons. Not like Batman utility belt stuff, but he does use like various weapons, which you see him fight. Like there's how many pages? Like 4-page fight scene, like towards the end of this book. That's really just showcasing him and like how he fights.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, we got Creators Outlet, I see. He's saying hello to everybody. Hello, sir. I'm ignoring all your red dress comments and moving on. It's fantastic. Oh, that's cool.
I like the demon designs; are cool.
Yeah. It's like they're not exactly like your typical just red-skinned winged man, humanoid sort of thing.
I want to do everything in my power to avoid that because, like, if my philosophy when it comes to that, and I go talk to my artists about that, is if you have like a really cool design and like, okay, great, and then like you use it for like every demon in your series, like it's not like awful, but it kind of loses its punch if it's something that's like memorable and impactful. And a perfect example, it's not where I base off me doing this off of, but like something I know a lot of people have seen is the Castlevania show. There is so many demon designs in that. Or what was it? Night creatures? I'm trying to remember the specific name they use for them. And that's the type of thing I want to do. It's like, okay, you're going to see something different all the time. And I don't really want to have too much overlap. So I work a lot with my artists on that.
Chris's head is swollen with his newfound fame. What newfound fame? If I had fame, I'd have more subscribers. Hey, good stuff, Comic Skater. Hello, sir. He says hashtag crack pack every day. Bow. I'm sticking with Johnny Cage, straight edge. We're straight edge. I don't do that crack. Let's see. Wait. What? Fade from the corner returns Drexel. What? Dang on. Well.
Wow, the chat's on fire.
Yeah, they don't give me a break. Wait, what? I thought you knew the Red Dress Chris OnlyFans page. I mean,
OnlyFans now. Now
Well,
I'm getting enough bits and pieces where I think I might know what somebody. Yeah, I don't need to go into it. I'll just skip it.
There's not an OnlyFan. He just keeps making stuff up.
you know, Pale Rider, if you're making OnlyFans, at least give me, my cut here. Oh Lord. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I haven't read the first one. I like that there was, a good, healthy amount of action in it, while still, giving us a introduction to the characters and the world, and giving us enough information to be interested, in the next one, while still giving us plenty of action to, satisfy us.
It's what kind of what I try to do. Where like there's a plot. Like in every issue, I want to have like some level of action. I don't really want any like. It's fine like for certain comics. Like okay, you don't really have any action because there's a lot of world building, and I kind of have that in issue 3. But I still was like, no, I'm going to put like at least a showcase fight scene of some type in like every issue I have. Because that's my main goal. Because like as much as I like world building, like everyone loves a good action scene. So I want to definitely make sure that can fit in.
Let's see. Mr. Fist says crack equals a passionate drive towards the goal. I'm hitting crack every day. He says you're cut. I'm doing all the work photoshopping your face onto those porn stars. That's still my face. Give me my cut. You're using my likeness. I contacted my lawyers. Oh Lord.
At least he is keeping the lore alive.
Unfortunately.
How long ago has this lore like started? Like how long has it been going?
Ages. It won't stop. It won't stop, Lord. It will not stop.
Jesus.
Not a full year, but maybe like 8 months at least, probably.
It's still a long time.
That's what happens when you tell a story of something you did on a dare a long time ago.
The internet never forgets. I'm not your IP, Pale Rider. All right. How long has it been? An hour? Yeah. All right. Is there anything else we should go over, Laurent?
Nothing I have off the top. We covered like the important bases. Got any like random questions that don't involve me going into story stuff? Sure, I can go for that. But as far as issue 1, 2 is concerned, I think we're set.
Okay. Yeah. That's kind of the hard part. Always trying to figure out questions to ask that don't like get into the story too much.
It happened how many times I was told to shut up because you ask some question, they go, okay, shut up, Sim.
It'll get a little easier for me because like the whole like meeting his team thing, I couldn't really talk about in interviews for the first campaign because like okay, you know that this character is like the host to Lucifer in the first issue, and it's in there too. So it's like okay, it's a thing, but it's like I kind of want to. He's kind of like a goofy, really laid back guy, and it really contrasts all the stuff you'd think about. So it's like okay, I don't really want to go too much into him. I mean, I can't go into like the business card he shows in issue 1 about his whole like business. I mean, I can't really go into the other characters. So like, my lips are really tight. I want to talk more about this, but until I get to at least issue 2 where we meet the rest of the main characters, I can't say too much. So thankfully, with me being this issue and then each one coming out, I'll be able to talk a little bit more each time about a lot of the background stuff because I'm dropping
So-
some like world building stuff in each issue too.
Quick question for you.
Mhm.
You're telling me that your character has a business card.
Yes.
Did you think of doing something like I did on my blood hunt, where I actually gave the business card? Like actually
The
printed their business card and I give it to the baggers?
the idea came stupid late. I'm gonna definitely do it for the next one, but like
But you
I
could do
don't
it
know
as a
why it
stretch
didn't
goal.
occur.
Put it as a
I
stretch
could.
goal. That's what I had. I think it was like 10K or something like that, 7K or something. I unlocked the business card and everybody loved it. I even had like a phone number, like in case you want somebody killed, you want somebody to meet the Reaper, and it was like 420 something number, and then the address, the internet address, like the .com was.
Mhm.
These characters are fiction, right? .com.
I can definitely add that in. I actually, when we leave, I could probably throw that in for whatever tier. I'll probably put it like
Because
3K.
it's one
It's
of the
not
things
hard to
that
make that.
people like if you have something like that in the book that you can make very cheaply outside the book to make physical for the readers, they'll love it.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, let's see. All right. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and start to wrap it up then. Because it's
All
been a little over an hour.
Mm-hmm. And it's
All
time.
right.
It's time for some stones and rocks and stone.
If that's what you want to call my bed, that's where
Oh,
I'm at.
you're not coming to play with us?
No, Critters Atlas. There's not a red dress here. We've already went over this. Quit asking. Gosh. All right. So, any final
Now-
words?
Yeah. Don't
One,
forget
which
to sub, like, and share.
What's
I
that?
I am like positive it's not going to happen. But would you feel any type of way if someone did back for like the design demon thing and it was like just a demon version of you in a red dress? Would you feel any type of way about that?
Not really. No.
I wouldn't know.
No,
I know you
no.
mentioned about all this like lore stuff. I was like, oh, I don't know. Like if there's a line where like, okay, please no more.
It has happened.
Yeah, it's happened.
It has. Okay.
Yes. That's the joke. That's why they're bringing the tier.
Oh
It's like,
wow.
if somebody like Pill could go and buy that tier and go, could you put Chris in a red dress in your book? It could
I
happen.
mean,
It has happened. Like if somebody
it's
made original
happened
art
in
on
the
a
past.
campaign and it sold.
so that-
Yeah.
okay. So I stumbled upon the truth of it. Okay.
Yeah, that's why they keep asking.
I mean, technically, if someone would want to pay that much for a meme, that's possible. But wow,
What about a crimson dress tier?
that's commitment.
Yeah, it's happened. There's been prints. There's been a drawn in.
Yes.
There's been a drawn in things. There's been prints.
So even creator outlets like,
Oh my
I
god.
would buy that.
Fan art.
Yep. We even have a dancing sugar rush, right? Where it's with a red dress in the corner for when somebody backs.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
Oh yeah.
It's all fan art and stuff. There's campaigns with stuff like that. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's how everybody's been keeping the lore alive.
Oh man. At least you have a committed fan base. I mean, it's
Oh,
something, right?
I got something. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely something. Lord, what was? Oh, yeah. Before I forget, let me go to the morning roast. Let's see, where is that piece? I need to share that.
No, people
Where
should
is
just.
it?
I think we should just start a trend of like the Chris tier, and everybody knows what it is.
Let me. Before I go anywhere, let me do this. This is done by Mr. Pale Rider. I wanted to show that off real quick. Of his
Alita?
Battle Angel Alita
Oh, okay.
that he shared in the DM room there. I thought that was a nicely done piece. I told you I'd share it around eventually, Pale Rider. I forgot the last stream. I thought that looked pretty good. Well done,
Good.
sir. All right. Let's see. Make it happen. Share this red. God.
If someone really wanted to, I mean, you need to give a little thumbs up.
You just grab that B in the book tier, and it can happen. It's already there. You know what?
Alright.
And if you say, red dress Chris or Sugar, you know understand.
Yeah, if you want to just make my life even more miserable, go for it. Oh Lord! All right.
And
What?
before this entire red dress thing, one thing that's fun to know, it's that Chris is like one of the guys that's been in the most independent comics. Like he's always back in those being the book tiers almost, and
Oh,
especially if
man.
he gets to die in it.
Especially, it's so because the demons in my stuff don't really get reused since I like going through ideas. Yeah, basically every backer demon dies in one way or another.
Okay. Well,
Like
I
the
mean,
other
that
outlet
was
just said challenge accepted. Check if he has a backer.
well, at least then I wouldn't have to worry about the red dress demon being a recurring character.
No,
That would be hilarious, though. The red dress demon.
Oh, well, there's the demon just there in the background.
As long as she's sexy and has a beard, we're good.
No,
Oh.
I'm good.
We even did. You know that Tarna from Heavy Metal, the movie.
Mhm.
There's our Heavy Metal magazine, the classic thing on the big bird. Well, Pale Rider did a pencil of red dress Chris riding the bird, and I finished it in digital painting, and it's a T-shirt that we have. I just look at Chris' face.
Oh yeah. There's merch. And at least one person has a shirt of it that she wears out in public to people.
Yes.
With like pictures of cons she sent, being like, "Hey, this is."
Oh yeah, she sent me a picture of her wearing it out and about.
Check this out. Share my screen, please.
No. There.
Is that you? Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry.
So that was my Pale Rider, and I kind of like did a digital painting with it. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yep. This is what I have to deal with in my life.
For 8 months, man, I would have lost my mind. You're a better man than me.
What else have they done?
Show him that drawing that Katie made.
What, Gretchen?
Yeah. That was on a campaign, by the way.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
this is like a
And
special
Chris
tier.
hurried up to buy it.
This is what I deal with. Damn it, Katie.
Oh man.
Little Red Riding Chris.
And that's Gretchen the Wolf with a broad stocking.
Oh man. Part of me hopes I know it's against like what I would want for say, hey, I hope no one back. But I hope no, for your sake, for your sanity, I hope that no one gets a $300 one where it's like, okay,
And for
make a
Laurent's
beaver.
sake, go.
Creators Out says that Sugar Turner looks more like Rainbow the Brute. There you go. Constructive criticism there, I guess. Not Creators Out is not impressed. So.
The funniest part is every time you show it to somebody and they go, "Oh, that is cool," and then they start looking. Why does he have a beard?
Why does he have 3 chest hairs? The 3 wispy chest hair. All right, I'm wrapping this up. How did this go any longer? I was trying to wrap this up ages ago, and instead I gotta keep listening to this red dress talk. All right. So thanks, Laurent, for joining us
Thanks for having me.
and having to suffer through this.
I mean, I got my laughs. I'm sorry I got them because they were, we weren't all laughing, but I appreciate you having me on.
All right. And as always, thanks, Sim.
Always a pleasure, buddy.
And thanks, everybody in the chat, of course, for joining us.
And one thing to say: rock and stone. No time to go to bed. It's time to go mining.
Thank you very much.
Here sounds this good-looking book. And make sure to go check out Sacrifice. It is a good-looking book. I enjoyed the first one there that digitally sent me. I need to make sure to at least back the digital catch-up tier so I can get caught up on the story and everything. And Mr. Fist says, "Have a good one."
As you can see, he's waiting for after the show.
Well, yeah, I don't. I try not to back while I'm on the show.
Now.
What? Well, yeah, now, yeah. Definitely now. So I don't have to deal with that. Excuse me. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. I know for sure we'll be doing another stream on Friday. So we'll see y'all in the next one.
Later.